guys, I'm here again because I have a book haul for you, which is my January book haul, and it's a very small one, and I'm so excited because that means I didn't really buy any books, and that means that my TBR is getting a little bit smaller. This month I bought a total of 6 books, and I'm just so proud of myself, you know, give me the pat on the back, because I can't believe I actually only bought that many. Like, it's so good. And what's really good too is I only bought in the rules of my book purchasing. 5 of the books I got were new releases that I'm anticipating, and one of them was one of my Project 5, so I'm very happy with myself. Anyway, let's get into the books I bought. The first book I got was Lady Helena and the Dark Days Pact by Alison Goodman. I so want to read this, but I just haven't had the opportunity to do it yet. But I was so excited for this book, but then this cover wasn't anywhere, and it's the Australian edition because the Lady Helen part is like the Australian cover, so I was so annoyed. But then Booktopia had it, and I was just like, give me, because I so needed this book, and I'm so excited that it's in my hands, and I'll read it eventually soon, hopefully. Then I bought an Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir, and as you would all know, I already have a copy of this book, but I recently bought A Torch Against the Night in the UK edition, I'm pretty sure, in hardback, and I was so annoyed because the hardback and Book Depository is not the same, because it needs to have this gold spine, because The Torch Against the Night has the gold spine. It needs to match. So this is an edition that like doesn't exist anymore, but I found it on eBay, and even though it's used and a bit beaten up and a little bit scratched, I have it. So my other copy will probably go away to someone or something, but I have this now, and it matches, it's the same size, and it all works, and it's just, I'm so happy to have it, and it's just so beautiful. Oh my god, I just broke it. But I'm so happy that I have this. These were the books that I bought like at the beginning of the month, and I was really good for the rest of it, but then I was in Canberra the other day because I haven't actually mentioned this, but over like 2 weeks ago I went for my PEAS test and I passed, and I was so excited. I couldn't believe it that I actually passed my PEAS test, and then the week later I bought a car, so I have passed my PEAS test, got a car, and I also splurged and bought 4 books while I was at Big W, even though I didn't have any money whatsoever, but I was like, I like need these, so I bought them. So the first book I got was Waitin Fer by Alexandra Bracken. This is again another one that's an Australian edition, and I was looking online and it was like this much smaller, all the ones online in the paperback version, but I finally found this, and it was at Big W, and I was just like, you're coming home with me. But even though Passenger wasn't my favourite book of last year, I was so excited, and it just wasn't what I wanted it to be, but I'm still really keen for this one, because I want to see how the story ends and just find out what's going on. Then I got Frostbite by Abbeyleec. I was originally going to buy this in the hardcover because it was really pretty, but then I saw the paperback and I was like, oh my god, this is even better, and it's so big too, so this will be quite easy to read, and I can't wait to read it, and it's just so gorgeous, and I'm so glad I have it. Then I got Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth, and again I was going to buy this in hardback, but then I saw the paperback, and like my Divergent series is all like paperback anyway, so it can match with the rest of everything else. But I'm excited to have this book, even though there's all this controversy going around about how this book can be a bit racist to like certain groups, and I have heard this, and I will take this into consideration when I'm reading the book, but I've been anticipating this for quite a while, so I still want to read it and see how I feel about it and make my judgments after I've read it. And the last book is one that I didn't think I was going to buy, but that is the fan edition of Dawn Study. And if you look at this, the cover is made up of like fans' faces. I'm trying to show this, but it is literally fan faces, and this is the Fan Study Special Edition, and what it includes is another like little story, which is really cool. But the reason I didn't want to buy this at first is because I saw it was in hardcover, and I was like, it's going to be this big ass hardcover that's not going to work with my books, but it's actually quite small, this hardcover. Like, it's still a little bit taller, but thinking about it is like, I want the fan edition because I get this extra short story, there's fans in it, and it's got a lot of good messages, and the writing is like really, really big. So I'm happy to have this, and now I'll be able to finish the whole series, which is good. And what's also cool about this book is under the dust jacket is it's got the actual normal cover, so that's cool as well. So that's how the paperback would have looked, but you've got all the squares of the fans, so you can see how this is like pretty cool. And I really like how the cover pages actually just fit the whole book, like they're so big. So this is my book haul for this month, and it's only 6 books. As I said that in the beginning, but I'm just so happy with myself that I read this many, because it means that I'm cool, I'm awesome, and I like didn't spend money. I actually keeping up with my resolutions here. But anyway guys, thanks for watching this book haul, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!